Captain on the bridge.
All right, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today what I wanted to do was build out the Strange New Worlds Enterprise. Now, in some of our past videos that we've done here in the last couple of weeks, we've been covering the Strange New Worlds trailers, and the inspiration for what we're doing on this build was from one scene, and it was from the last trailer that we covered, which had the Enterprise doing a rock and roll. Now, captains, if you remember, rock and roll is one of the first sort of specialization moves we got here in STO. So I thought it would be fun to do a rock and roll. So what we're going to do is go over the build, weapons, space set, consoles, trait stations, and DOFs. Take it into an Elite Argala and see how it does. Now, I've said this before, captains, it doesn't take much to inspire me to do a build. So that is what we're doing. So here we go. So I'm on the USS Excalibur. This is the Miracle Worker Flight Deck Carrier. Now, this was the first Disco Prize we got in game. So since, as of this recording, we have the year-long event going, you can actually get the ship, captains, if you've been doing your events that work towards this reward. Okay? This is one of the ships that you can pick. So we are going to be using the swept back look, essentially the look that we see on screen there in the trailers. I do prefer the straight pylons, but for the sake of this build, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. So here we go. So in the 4 weapons, we are using the 4 advanced phaser beam arrays. Crit DM damage 4. These beams came with this ship. And once you get the ship, you can unlock these beams in your dilithium store. So keep that in mind. Along with the KDF version. Now we're going to use this, the photon torpedo launcher. I know it sounds pretty plain. Also rolled to crit DM damage 4. I just got this off the exchange. The difference with this is the visual. This looks like the torpedoes that fired in Discovery that has a little tail in the end. That's the only way I can explain it. So we're going to stick with that. Now, where we've seen the Enterprise fight was only in, I believe, Discovery Season 2? 2 or 3? 2. Where it was sort of up against the Section 31 fleet, and we saw that too. So I'm getting inspiration from that as well, and we're putting it all in here just because, again, Strange New World feels, captains, you know how I'm excited for it, so I thought it would be fun to do this. And especially with Strange New Worlds coming up here pretty quick, this is going to line up really nicely. So we'll continue on. So Deflector, Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter from your fleet colony, your Prevailing Innovated Impulse from your competition rep, your Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core, which is from your Fleet Spire. Of course, Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield, which is from your Discovery rep. The Aft Weapons, same thing, 2 advanced phaser beam arrays, and then that 1 photon torpedo launcher. Again, all rolled to crit DM at damage 4. Devices, we just got our Energy Candy, plus 20% bonus energy weapon damage for 20 seconds. Red Matter Capacitor, for all its buffing of power levels. Subspace Field Modulator for some damage resistance rating. And some Deuterium Surplus for some zoom zoom. Yes, I said zoom zoom. Here you go. Consoles. Lorca's Custom Fire Controls from the Discovery rep for its crit chance, and of course Shield Pen, because why not? And 7.9 weapon power setting. We are going to use a console that actually comes with the ship, which is the Reinforcing Squadrons. Gives kinetic damage resistance rating. Also, some shield hit points, because we all know shields are really good in STO. Having said that, this is actually what was used in Discovery. It had a bunch of these tactical flyers. Now, I am not the biggest fan of these. We did a recent video of going over some concept art of the shuttles, or what I call the shittles from Strange New Worlds. I would rather have that as something I would launch from this disco prize. But we don't have that yet in-game yet. Hopefully we do, but right now we will just use what we've seen on screen. We'll continue on here. The dynamic power redistributor module. We're gonna get this from our prototype Dreadnought, the Atlas, which you can also get from your event campaign. 11.3 all damage resistance rating, 19% directed energy damage, and of course it's clicky goodness for 20 seconds plus 40% bonus damage, 100 bonus damage resistance rating, and 500% hull regen. We're going to pair it up, of course, with the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead from the NX, either version the low buy or the legendary, for the plus 25% projectile damage, 1% crit chance. But of course, when we pair this up with the DPRM, we get more phaser damage goodness, plus 33% to be exact. Okay, we're going to use the Domino, plus 15% phaser damage, plus 20 AC rating, of course, for its goodness. For 10 seconds, 25% fire cycle haste for energy weapons, 25% bonus all damage, 25% recharge speed for bridge officer abilities, 100% recharge speed for torpedo weapons. During this console, when it's on, we defeat a foe, plus 2-second duration is added. This is from your Bajoran Interceptor, which is you can acquire from the Phoenix prize pack at Epic tier. Then the M6 computer, it's like baby brother. Plus 15% bonus all damage for 15 seconds, 25% cooldown reduction for tactical officer abilities, 20% fire cycle haste for all weapons for 15 seconds, and plus 30 AC defense rating for 15 seconds. This is from the Temporal Escort, which you can get from your shipyard for dilithium. A pretty good console, if you ask me. We are going to use the Weaponized Helical Torsion for its plus 15% phaser damage and plus 15% crit severity. This comes from one of the versions of the Crossfield, and it looks like a sprinkler head. Just saying. I got this from the legendary one, because I do own the legendary pack. We're going to use the Immolating Phaser Lance for its 15.8% phaser damage and a 43.8 Starship Shield Pen, because why not? Now, having said that, captains, we're kind of going for some sort of screen accuracy. We're not going to actually use it. I know, blasphemy, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Maybe, hopefully. Again, this comes from your Deimos Pilot Destroyer, which again, you can actually get from your event campaign. It's a very good meta console. It really looks good. I tell you, captains, the reason why I got this was to put it on my Galax, because this lance actually hits something. Just saying. Approaching Agony console for its plus 15% phaser damage, 1.5 crit chance. I just got this off the exchange. We're going to use that to boost our phaser damage, and then in the tactical console slots, we are just using all phaser vulnerability locators for the plus 39.4% phaser damage and plus 2% critical chance. So we're trying to boost up the phasers as much as we can. This gives me a stat of crit chance 43.1% and crit severity at 160%. Keep in mind, captains, I do have my Pendevers ranked all the way to 600, so I have that helping me out. So here we go. Specialization. We have as our primary pilot, so that we can have access to this move right here, rock and roll, because in the trailer, it did this. This is all this build is based on, just rock and roll. But it has a cooldown of 1 minute, so we're going to use it as much as we can. In that time that we're doing that, we're invulnerable. We're immune to damage. We're not going to get hit. It'll read it out here. We'll back up here. Target self, immune to all incoming damage, plus 100% flight speed, immune to slow, turn rate set to 0 because we're just rock and rolling, plus 20% turn rate for 10 seconds after using rock and roll, plus 20% defense for 10 seconds after using rock and roll. So this is, I remember when this came into game, a lot of people were using this, especially during crystalline entity, because it would not harm you during the blasts period. So that's what we're using it for. The whole build is based on that one scene, like I said. So yeah, we had to activate primary to get access to rock and roll. Secondary, just leaving it temporal operative. Great, here we go. We have a good day to die, superior beam training, adaptive offense, beam barrage, fragment of AI tech, inspirational leader, unconventional systems, Terran targeting systems, intelligent agent attaché, and Z-Boimler effect. Starship traits, we have entwined Tatal matrices. We're going to use carrier wave shield hacking, one of my favorite traits, captains. You know, I've been using this a lot lately with the builds to take down shields using tractor beam, because that's also a very Federation thing to do. Emergency weapon cycle. Still using universal designs. And overpowered and overgun. Space rep, we have enhanced shield pen, advanced targeting systems, magnified firepower, precision, and Tyler's duality. With our active space rep, we have anti-time entanglement singularity, biomolecular shield gen, deploy sensor interference platform, quantum singularity manipulation, and refracting tetron cascade. Stations. So this is what we decided to do. It's a very unique station layout because you actually have two universal stations here, but this is, we're trying to use all this for our unconventional systems procs, which we do have, right? Yes, just checking. So here we go. Left to right, top to bottom, tractor beam, of course, scramble sensors, photonic shockwave, emergency powered engines. I do have concentrate firepower on here because I'm just going to go into patrol by myself anyways. And captains, you know I love my concentrate firepower regardless. Torp spread, attack pattern beta, beam fire will is our main damage dealer here. Because in that scene of Discovery, when it was fighting with the Discovery against Section 31, it literally looked like Fa disco ball. So that's what we're going to be using. See what I did there? Emergency powered weapons, emit unstable warp bubble, narrow sensor bands, and mixed armament synergy. So this is going to also help us boost our Fa damage. And in the last station here, jam targeting sensors. Now let's go over to our DOPS. So our DOPS, what our DOPS? So we have Neil Falconer, increased damage versus Zeeberg, and Elder Milikatan, space increased damage versus all. Then in our space here, we have 3 energy weapons officer. 2 of them will give us a chance to stack crit severity, with 1 giving us a chance to stack crit chance when we fire energy weapons. We have a projectile weapons officer to give us a chance to stack crit severity on firing projectiles. Then Mercy Con officer to recharge evasive maneuvers when we hit emergency powered engines. And Dlyrene for more damage versus Zeeberg. So there it is, captains. We, again, it doesn't take that much for us to get inspired to do a build and have fun here on Star Trek Online. So we're going to take it into an Elite Argala and see how it does. But before we do that, shout out to my caps over here. We have Saren, who is in the Tooth, aka Dumbo, aka IKEA tabletop, aka trousers when you look at from the side. Just saying. We got Chaos and Shannon, who is Anthony. Dwayne. So shout out to you, my caps. We are going to take it into Elite Argala and see how it does. And remember, yes, Picard and Riker also take this ship over. So we're just saying. Just saying. So patrol. Let's see how she does here. I think she'll do okay, but we'll see.
Ensign, take us out of here. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
Ooh. That warp out. This reimagined Enterprise. Ooh, it's good. I love the look of it.
Vessel approaching, bearing 184.
I do love the look of it. Stop that from there we go.
All hands.
Launcher fighters there. Here. Do some fog. Take your shield out. Hi. See, there's those torpedoes, the white with the little tail at the end there. That's kind of like your TOS torpedo look, so we're going to keep up with that. Oh no, we're being shot at. Yes! Yes! I'm sorry. That was fun. And you know what? Captains, we forgot to slot that.
You have entered an area.
The actual console that came with this, so we're gonna take that out here before we engage the next group. Where'd it go? Where did it go? There you go, reinforcing squadrons. We'll leave it here. Here we go. That was fun. I have not used that in such a long time.
Looks like our fight got them to notice us.
Let's use our buffs here for this group. Water sprinkler. Get our FA in there. Hi. Oh, we're getting shot at. Whee! Yes! Yes! Oh yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna be doing that a lot here, Caps. But she looks good doing it. Oh, let's not fly into that rock.
Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate
Woo!
them and
That speed boost.
We will not go quietly.
Look at that, beams. I do like the look of these beams. Are a lot slower in animation, but they look good. And they're pretty good phasers, really. One of the hardest hitting ones. Okay, they have that little tail animation there at the end there. Get some more reinforced squadrons out here because we need more pew-pews. That's a lot of pew-pews. Next group here. Oh man.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with mold holes and temporary hideouts.
Take your shields down, sir. Tractor beam. Bye. Whee! I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep doing that. Any chance I get, we're gonna keep doing that, Caps. Sometimes when you don't worry about chasing numbers, that's where all the fun is had. Sometimes. There we go, there's that group. Release more squadrons, because that's a lot of pew-pews. Do that. when it comes to Stranger Worlds, I think what they're going to really do is do a lot of focusing on the Enterprise and its fight scenes. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from all the trailers that we were covering and seeing. And I'm for it. If they do that, yes, please. Because look how pretty this ship looks like when it's doing pew-pews. It's very pretty. Oh no. Sorry, now I'm out of range. Let's get back. Ooh, last group already. Here we go. Let's go. Best believe we're going to use it one more time here. Squadrons. Take your shield down. Remember what Pike said to Ortegas in that trailer? I do. Said, okay, let's show him what you got. And then, wee! Well, he didn't say we. I did. Woohoo! Yes! Yes! Sorry, I got excited. All right. Well, that was fun. Okay, let's go over here, captains, for our shelfies, and one more rock and roll for good measure. Why not? Even though we're not getting shot at. Go over here. Of course, captains. Okay, 1 sec, sir. You know what shelfies are? There are ship selfies. Park right here with our squadrons. Let's find a good little angle here to show the this beautiful ship. And let's not blind everyone. Maybe just do something like that. How about that? Ooh, yes, yes. Okay, captains. So there you go. Again, like I said before, when I do these type of builds, these are just for me. I do them for fun. It doesn't take a lot for me to get inspired to try something out just for the sake of trying something out. So, captains, this ship you can get, like what we said earlier in the vid, from your event campaign as a reward. So it's there. It's actually great that they're letting us do this campaign to get these ships that some normally wouldn't be able to. And I got this when it first came out, and I'm glad I got the feels to go back into it so that we can continue on having fun here on the bridge with our nightly pew pew shenanigans, which, captains, I do invite you to the Twitch bridge because, yes, we do a lot of pew pews here. But there it is. That's the build. That's how she did. I think she did fine. She looks good doing it. Rock and roll. It was really fun. Been a while since I've used it, like I said, but there, captains. Highly recommend that you get the ship. Again, Stranger Worlds, as of the recording of this, is coming out soon, and I'm really, really excited to see what they do with that show. Regardless, even just from the trailers alone, I was sold. So that's it, captains. We're going to leave it on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make
I love my rock and roll.